What's up, beauty bosses? It's your hair business's best friend, Mikey, and today we're going to talk about something. I don't know how to really say it. I don't want to say you're giving up on the hair industry. I don't want to say you're giving up in entrepreneurship, but maybe you need a break or something along those lines. So I have seen this happen before where clients will build up their store. They have a nicely designed logo, website, they have everything set up, and then they decide that they don't want to do the business anymore. Now that happens. We've all been there. We've all had second guesses or changed our mind. Now, what I don't like to see people do, and especially if they're a client of private label, is to just shut everything down without at least the attempt to sell their website and brand. Now, if you are online and you have everything set up, I want to show you a couple of my favorite resources for possibly selling your brand. Now, let me just put it out there. If you have more social media followers, a little bit better design, maybe you have a subscription or you already have access to drop shipping, these add value. And of course, you have to have sales. No, you don't have to have sales, but it helps. You're going to get a lot more value out of selling your brand if you do have sales. And one other key is make sure you have Google Analytics set up, because a lot of the websites uses that traffic data to give the whatever platform is potentially selling your website a little bit more information that people can use to value how much your website's worth. So check out this quick web tutorial and hope this helps. I don't want you to give up. If you think you're going to give up, read my book, Fearless Beauty, The Hair Business Blueprint. It's just shameless plug, but if you have to, maybe you came in a financial bind. Look, I've been there myself. I talk about it in my book. Check out the tutorial and maybe you can get some cash for your brand. So my number one pick for selling your hair extension website is an old favorite, something that has been around for quite some time. That is Flippa. Now, Flippa is the leader in buying and selling websites. They do a really good job of breaking things down here. There's all sorts of sites on here. You can quickly search, hair, and you'll probably see a bunch of different items for sale. Beauty tips, there's blogs for sale. So not all of these are going to be actual e-commerce websites. Stop my hair loss, asking price $1,500, starter template site. You can see how many page views, all the different items. Revenue, it's only making $3 a year. Net profit, it's losing money. So not every website on here is going to be a winner. So that's also something you need to realize, that if you have a newer website, you can still make money, and then you can build up your reputation, being a seller. There's actually people that for a living, they will build websites and sell them to people just looking for starter sites. But there's all sorts of things here that you can buy. Some of these will even be related to hair growth or other cosmetic products. They'll let you know who they source the products from, who their vendors are. But the seller's notes go through all this, and it gives a lot of information. Try to pick up something that's on a good e-commerce platform, because you don't want to be in trouble, or not in trouble. You will be in trouble if you have to switch platforms. So you don't want to be the person that has to switch platforms, because that can be a lot of work. So like Edwin Jardin, Armenia. So this person's in Armenia, creating this platform that you can buy it right now for $3,000, or you can bid. I generally say always, make an offer. Don't buy it for the buy it now price. It's never a good idea. So Flippa, the pricing, pretty simple, up to $50,000, which is probably going to be for most people. If you're selling your website, you're going to be paying 10%. It's real important that you have your Google Analytics installed with this. Otherwise, they're not going to have a good, accurate indication of what your real traffic is. And that's something I tell people all the time. As soon as you set up your website, make sure you have Google Analytics. So if you're watching this and you haven't done so yet, make sure you do it. But they have tons of information in here. You can even buy websites and everything else, or domain names and everything else. So pretty simple to go through, and it's a great place for you to be able to sell your website, because as you can see, there's other hair websites on here or hair related. So it's, people are selling them, trust me. The next one is the Exchange Marketplace, and this is actually Shopify's platform. So this is only for selling Shopify stores. So if you're on WordPress, BigCommerce, another platform, you're probably not going to be able to get on here. It has all the information you need to get started. It's going to plug your Shopify store in, so you can't change all the information. You can see how it works here. Some of the best Shopify stores available. Sales data can't be edited by sellers. So this is a nice, safe place for buying and selling, because you can't really make up anything, can't finagle anything, because Shopify is controlling everything. So it's a great place to sell your Shopify store if you have sales. Make money, not websites. Secure migration. What that means is the Shopify team will help move the store over from you, the seller, over to the new buyer. And they have all sorts of different websites on here. You can go through and search. You can create a public or private listing. So if you don't want people to know that you're selling your website, honestly, the private listings are generally for much larger websites. They're for much bigger brands. Sometimes to even view the information, you have to sign an NDA. That's why I'm not really going into too many of these, because just in case there's like an NDA involved, and I don't want to record that. But basically, you go through here, they'll give you a valuation for your store. People will contact you. They're going to ask you questions. So I highly recommend be ready. That's on all these platforms that I'm showing you, to be able to respond quickly, because people are generally excited to buy your store. You want to respond quickly. It's pretty important. So they'll break it down to like the level of stores you have, the industry, everything else. So it's a great place. I would say this is really good, just as good maybe as Flippa for selling your Shopify store. But if you're not selling your Shopify store, then yep, Flippa's going to be the one. The next one is here. It's SwiftExits. Now, this is still in beta mode the time I'm recording this, but I wanted to include this because, the team behind this is doing a lot of different things with Shopify. So I really do like this. Shopify, they don't, without listing your site, it doesn't say exactly how much they charge to sell it. So you're probably going to be paying around that 10% fee. But depending on when you're actually watching this video, SwiftExits currently is not charging sellers. So that could be a good plus for you. So this is for Shopify stores as well. It's a good place that you could probably put your store up for sale. At the time of recording this, I don't think they have that many stores on here. I know this is a new platform, but it's definitely something you may want to consider, because you could get in and not have to pay any fees. So I think it could be pretty good. So, if you're, like I said, if you're thinking of closing your hair business, you might have a little bit more than you thought, and listing your website for sale on one of these websites could be a great way to get some money back, or even make a profit on what you've already created.